So a lot of people, including myself, had to talk about what Rihanna said in an interview. Now, the first video we posted about Rihanna, she talked about her time in the UK and how it's no different than the United States when it comes to racism. But it was with this one part I said I had to do a separate video about, because this is something that I take issue with, even with someone like Rihanna. So Rihanna, she has plans to become a mother of at least 3 or 4 children in the next 10 years. With or without a man by her side. Now, she says, I feel like society makes me want to feel like, oh, you got it wrong. He said they diminish you as a mother if there's not a dad in your kids' lives. The 32-year-old singer said in the new issue of the British Vogue. Now, she says that, but the only thing that matters is happiness, that the only healthy relationship between a parent and child, that's the only thing that can raise a child truly is love. Now, let's stop there. You know, and I'm only going to address this issue within the black community worldwide. We know and we have seen statistically and just what we've seen on the daily life that children that have a father in their lives, a loving father, of course, not a deadbeat father, because you can have a deadbeat father and he can be in the house with you. You can have a father that's no good and he don't work, he don't do nothing, but he's there. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an involved father, a loving father, a man that's going to be there to help, you know, the mom and be right. It is a major difference with children when they have that kind of environment where it's not nothing abusive or not verbally, physically, etc. Just a loving environment versus just having your mother, because it's multiple things that come up. Now, Rihanna, of course, she's a special case. She's worth millions of dollars. OK, that's not the average situation for women in our community who have children by themselves. You look at what's going on right now with this virus. I saw many articles talking about that single mothers will be affected the most out of this pandemic. Rihanna is not going to be affected like that. She's not. But when we have people saying that, well, I just have 3 or 4 kids. I mean, the man's there cool if he's not cool. Well, why would you even have a child? I mean, you would want a loving relationship. It'd be great to get married, you know, start a family together, build. I don't think you should be having children without a husband. I feel that way. And I practice that. None of the children I've had has been outside the confines of a marriage. And I said, if I never get married, I guess I'm never having children. I'm not doing it. And I'm a man saying that. OK, so how much more when women, in my opinion, have way more to lose having children by themselves than a man? Let's call it what it is. Because as men, the worst thing they're going to do to you is put you on child support. If you're a man that pay your child support legally, you ain't got to see that kid. You can just pay your child support and go on by your business, and they'll never say nothing about you. At least the law, they're going to say, well, it's unfortunate he don't see his child, but as long as you're getting them checks in, that's all the thing they care about. But the child needs a father. The child needs to see a proper relationship, because when you see a proper relationship, children do what they see more so than what you tell them for the most part. Right. So you want your children to see the mom being together with the dad and be doing family things, you know, like I said, when we finally go back to normal, being a family, even in times like this, you know, the lockdowns and virus, etc. You know, you hunker down as a family, not just by yourself. Sometimes, you know, single parents get tired. They want a break sometime. When you can't lean on nobody because you're doing it all by yourself. I'm talking about the average person, not Rihanna. OK, because Rihanna could pay nannies. Rihanna could do all of that. But this notion in our community that we can just have children, it doesn't matter if the dad's around. I mean, she's saying cool if he is, but why you saying something about me or looking down on me as a mother? Because it's not responsible. We talking about the average woman, not Rihanna. It's just not responsible to think that way. At one point in time in our community, we didn't even celebrate that. If you had got pregnant out of wedlock and you wasn't getting married, man, nobody said nothing about no baby shower. They wasn't going to no baby shower or none of that. Matter of fact, they used to send you to cousin so-and-so house in the next state over so you can have your baby and then come back. And a lot of times they wouldn't even tell them it's your baby. They'll say, oh, it's a family member's baby that you're raising. I mean, that's what black communities used to do. But Rihanna, you know, that mindset. Now, she's also, says that since she turned 32, she realizing life is short. Of course, it's short. And it says you don't have a lot of time to tolerate ish. Now that's getting older, because you get older, you realize your mindset gets so much better as you get older. I'm just saying from my opinion. So you put so much on your plate. When you're overwhelmed, you need to start cutting things out. And I'm overwhelmed too much. Now she added, what's happening now is that I'm going back to black and white. My gray area is shutting down. Now they said that she was linked at one point in time for sure with Drake back in 2016. There's other guy named Jamil in 2017. Now that I mentioned Drake, let's mention him just for a minute. There's a big controversy about Drake, and his baby that's recently has been shown. And, I've heard the videos from Drake where he got 3 different tests and everything. And I read Drake's post, and I know why Drake got 3 tests, and it has nothing to do with the woman itself, even though the woman was a porn star, but that has nothing to do with it, because he was known for fooling with strippers and everything else. No, I bet you right now, Drake wish he would have had a baby with Rihanna instead of that woman he had a baby with. I know it. Now, if you guys are interested in me doing a full video on telling you why Drake's baby is a problem for him, and that's why he held that baby back, let me know in the comments. I'll make a full video about Drake. But when it comes to Rihanna, in this situation here, is that no, I think she need to find her a loving man, a man, I would say, on her level, a man of means, because that way she won't feel like some sort of way about it. They got plenty of men out here. They got way more money than she have. Trust me, all over the world. Get married, have a big family. She done everything she wants to do, obviously, and she can do her music. Like I say, you got money to pay for nannies, but at least you have your children in a loving home. And that's what we want. We don't need to carry this debauchery into another generation. And we looking at with situations like this virus that's going on. People who don't have a good family structure are struggling more than those who actually do. Because see, listen, statistically, 2 incomes in the house is a lot better than 1. Having 2 heads on issues of the children is a lot better than 1. When 1 is sick, the other one could take over. It's so many great things. Children perform better when they come with a mother and father versus a single parent household. Am I saying all children that come out of single parent households are doomed to failure and gloom and doom? No, not at all. Okay. My parents were divorced when I turned 8 years old. They started having issues and problems. My mom got remarried. She was married some years, but then she got divorced again. So that's like my life. I didn't turn out a bad guy. In my opinion, I wasn't out here killing black folks and dealing drugs or doing things like that. I'm just living my life, trying to be, like everybody else in the community. But what I'm saying is we want to promote family. We want to promote getting together, because times like this that's going on right now with the shutdowns and people, passing away and all kind of different things that's happening, you want to have family together, to hunker down, to have your back. And the promotion of just having kids without a father, that's something that I would never promote, because I know how that feels and not have your dad in the house. So that's something I could never want for any child at all. But let me know in the comments, once again, what you think about Rihanna and her comments about, the children that she possibly will have with someone, preferably with someone she's staying with, or she can do it without them. That's more so we focus on just more so the mindset. And if you are interested in me talking about Drake and his child, let me know. I'll do it. Only if you guys requested enough in the comments, I'll do it. If not, I'll leave it alone. But let me know.